Since becoming a republic in 1964, Kenya has had a total of 11 vice or deputy presidents. From Adonija Ajuma Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Joseph Murumbi, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, Mwai Kibaki, Josephat Njuguna Karanja, Professor George Saitoti, Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, Michael Kijana Wamalwa, Mudi Awori, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And now, Dr. William Kipchirchir Samoei Arap Ruto. These are the men who have been second in command and for some of them, only a heartbeat away from becoming president. But as political fate would have it, of the first 10 vice presidents, it's only Daniel Arap Moi, the Republic's second head of state, who succeeded in inheriting his boss. For the rest, the dream has remained just that, a mirage, with the exception of Mwai Kibaki, who had to exit from government, run for office twice and lose both times before finally becoming president in 2002 on the historical National Rainbow Alliance wave. Next in line is Ruto. Will he or will he not break the purported jinx that has befallen his predecessors? This was Emurua Dikir legislator Johana Ngeno speaking in 2016.
Saa hii asifikirie ati kwa sababu yeye ni deputy president ati amefika. Ambia yeye aulize mtu ambaye anaitwa Kalonzo Musyoka, who was the vice president. Saa hii anaona kiti kwa kioo. Ambia yeye aulize mtu ambaye anaitwa Musalia Mudavadi ambaye alikuwa vice president. Saa hii anaona kiti kwa side mirror. Ambia yeye aulize mtu ambaye anaitwa Mudi Awori. Saa hii anaona kiti kwa TV. Hata William Samoei Ruto 2022 utakuwa unaona president kwa kioo, kwa TV na utakuwa unasikia kwa radio tu. Hakuna kiti. Sisi kama Wakalenjin tutakaa chini.
Ruto's challenges are not just within the Kalenjin community, it's also elsewhere. The question of acceptability by some quarters is what he is contending with. So Gideon Moi just becomes one of those obstacles along the way. But it's not the same way as the feud between Jaramogi and Mboya, which sometimes tended to be ideological feud. Other than age, there was also the generational issue at play.
Historian Professor Macharia Munene refers to retired President Daniel Moi as a shrewd politician who always made extremely well-calculated moves.
Moi made himself through his political cunningness and maneuvers. Even Jaramogi said he's far like an ostrich. So he can politically play games. He did very well.
That Deputy President William Ruto is already feeling the pressure could be the nation's worst-kept political secret. The March 9th, 2018 ceasefire deal between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga has not made things easier for the current deputy.
Wale nataka niwaambie hamuwezi kunifukuza ODM ati mkanifuata ati mnanifukuza Jubilee. Haiwezekani. Hiyo haiwezekani bwana. Ati wanajipanga huko porojo, fitina, tutavunja Jubilee. Watavunja Jubilee ya nani? Hiyo ni ndoto ya mchana nani? Hiyo msahau kabisa.
There are the political intrigues that characterize succession politics, intrigues that have seen some miss the political jackpot when they thought they were too close to lose it. as narrated by former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga on June 30th, 2016.
This betrayal has been all the times. We were betrayed over the MOU, which we signed in a room somewhere in the Nairobi club. And then later on, when we said, let us now implement this MOU, we were told, oh, that thing is not even worth the paper on which it is written. That a few people went and locked themselves in a room at a hotel in town and then tried to mortgage the future of Kenya. That will not happen. And now we became like criminals who had cornered some people to sign an MOU.
I stood with Kibaki, and Brother Raila has referred to that. Senator Musila, if Ambassador Faye was here, will remember, and others, and what the promise was. In fact, wherever I went in many parts of this country, some people who could not pronounce my name well would say Karonjo, right? 2012 Niwewe. Brother Ruto, better watch out. We must be realistic.
I want to categorically state that we have no space for gossip and propaganda and conmanship in our party and in our government. We don't have space for those things. So if you think you're going to use the handshake to export conmanship into our party, we are telling you that's not going to happen. Fanyeni kazi ingine ya maana.
Ask what happened, and there'll be a long chain of betrayals. Somebody said, a tree which a monkey cannot climb, a baboon cannot even attempt.
So, is Ruto's political star about to be dimmed or about to shine brightest?
There's still about 3-4 years to go. Huh? It's a long time. And in politics, anything can happen. Yes, there are a lot of these obstacles, political realignments that seem to be taking place. The Jubilee side seems to be divided in the sense that some people who claim to be Jubilee are saying they are with Raila, or appear as if they are with Raila. And the others who are insisting they are with Ruto. And others are stuck in between looking to see which way are things going. So the situation is fluid.
When they joined forces in 2013 to form the then Jubilee Alliance, there was a formal pact between TNA and URP parties. William Ruto was to support TNA's Uhuru Kenyatta for 2 terms. Then come 2022, the Mount Kenya region would return the favor by backing Ruto. However, somewhere along the way, wheels seemingly started coming off. A section of Central Kenya politicians telling the DP that the Central Kenya support is not guaranteed, a tune Ruto allies had a tough time dancing to.
Wakikuyu hawana deni ya mtu.
Kuna deni. Deni gani? No person, no community, no section of Kenya owes anybody, including myself, anything.
Politicians to me are hawkers. Any politician with a hawker on Koinange Street, they are the same. They are not principled people. Their principle is their interest. And I've told people time and again, even memorandum of understanding in politics is nothing. Let nobody tell you that let us enter the memorandum of understanding in politics. That when I leave, it is you will succeed me. Or when we get this, you will be this, you will be. Nothing. That never works. Raila had a memorandum of understanding with Kibaki. Immediately after the elections, Kibaki flew to Sagana. He works out in a cabinet on his own. He invites Raila. You either take this one or you don't take. Where is the memorandum of understanding? That is what caused a problem during that time.
There are a few dangers on the way. Because the handshake appears to completely stand in the way of Ruto. So if you love Ruto that much, reinterpret the handshake. And explore keenly what are its total ramifications. If Raila is re-engineering himself through the handshake, and it is very likely, he is likely through it to cause major havoc on Ruto's design and scheme. But another Jogo has emerged in the rift valley called Gideon, who is very rich because he is part of the dynasties.
Wewe unachukua mkate nusu na Uhuru anachukua nusu yake, alafu unaitisha mkate mwingine utatolewa wapi? Sisi hatuna MOU na mtu, ati lazima tutamsupport kweli kweli tu. Kama walisikizana hiyo na Uhuru, hiyo ni hao. Kuwa vice president is not a guarantee kwamba utakuwa president. Lakini Kenya imechoka. Hiyo statement imetoka hapa. Kwamba wende Sugoi, Burundi Mongolini, na Kenya ina kabila 47. Lazima Kenya ibadilike, na Kenya inabadilishwa.
I was in Busia County in Teso North with the 10th Vice President, Kalonzo Musyoka, and he said something that was very interesting. And he said, I'm the 10th Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, and the previous 3 came from your region. And he was saying the fact that you're vice president does not mean you're automatically the next president.
What does Ruto need to do if he is to be successful as President Moi?
There is one thing that Ruto said once, that he learned a lot from Moi: patience. And if he plays his cards right, his chances are very high. If he messes up, that's a different story. If Ruto loses the election in 2022, because he's a candidate, and Raila is a candidate, and now Musalia says he also wants to be, and there are so many other people who want to be candidates. It will not be because other people have done something. It is because of his ability or inability to market himself in the country.
This is KTN News.
DP William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga share a podium during the installation of Archbishop Anyolo in Kisumu.
Let him resign, let him join Raila or whoever wants to join, and leave our Jubilee party alone.
10 county assemblies now issue a one-week ultimatum against Jubilee's Raphael Tuju over his divisive remarks. Anger running battles in Narok County as residents blame the police for the rising number of accidents.
Nina right ya watoto wangu wasome, nina right watoto wangu watibiwe.
And hair or school, Rastafarian family at odds with a Kibra school in Nairobi over child's unwanted dreadlocks.
This is KTN News.
But even as he readies himself for the 2022 presidential race, the deputy president might need to deal with some in-house issues first. A rebellion seems to have started brewing.
Shida zetu mingi ya mahindi, ya fertilizer na hii mambo yote imeletwa na Mheshimiwa Naibu Rais na ofisi yake. Tunataka ofisi yake ichunguzwe, wale wote waliimport mahindi kutoka ng'ambo, watuambie mbona waliimport mahindi. Ile fertilizer ambayo mumeleta, mumefuruka bei. Tunajua mabroka ambao walilipwa. Badala ya mkulima kulipwa, wakalipa mabroka.
Kama itakuwa ni kuzungumzia mambo ya 2022, kinyume na matatizo ya wakulima, nafikiri hata mimi ninaungana na wengine wengi ambao tunataka kuzungumzia. Kama ni kuonana macho kwa macho, kuulizana maswali, tuko tayari. We will ask you hard questions. Because before you ask for 2022, you must start telling us, for the last 5 years, what have you done? What is there for us to take home? What is the celebration? In fact, the worst county in the country in terms of development is the county where the deputy president is coming from. Because there is no even a single complete project.
The image being created by the likes of Kutuni about the DP is not the best. And he has to deal with that image projection. First of all, you have a key supporter, a key ally, who turns against him viciously. So what's going on? He needs to deal with that because it's a perception issue. He's a lawyer. Then, as I was pointing out, I think he's doing well with the youth. With the people, the elderly people, he may have a little problem convincing some people who might think about the events of from 2002 to about 2007. The people who remember that firsthand may have some challenges with him. Fortunately for him, these people are not many, they are dying with the natural attrition. So his main thing is to convince the youth that he is their candidate. The people who are above 50 and let's say 40 and above, he has to do a lot of work to convince them that he should be he's the candidate. But he's a very crafty politician. He's extremely articulate. He sometimes gets things wrong, like when he reportedly said that history is not important, and you are talking about his history now. So when a national leader comes up with something like that, you know there's something wrong, because then it might end up plunging the country into confusion. So he has a lot of image building to do.
Then there is the question of Baringo Senator and KANU Chairman Gideon Moi, whose political clout has been on a steady rise. Twice the younger Moi has gone against the grain by vying on a KANU ticket against the URP and Jubilee party waves in Rift Valley in 2013 and 2017 respectively, winning his senatorial seat by landslide margins both times. The Independence Party KANU has also managed to increase the number of parliamentary and even gubernatorial seats since 2013 by defeating Jubilee candidates, an indication that KANU might be the biggest headache for Ruto in 2022 in the event the Kalenjin voting bloc is split.
Give Gideon Moi credit for building himself up, because that's what he's doing, and rebuilding KANU as a party and a strong force in national politics. He's doing that, and he's doing that very well. That's credible. Now, as to his relationship with William Ruto, that's neither here or there. In fact, William Ruto's problem may not be even national. It's Baringo.
What can you tell us about you and the DP?
There's no issues. We've known each other for a very, very long time. He has his ways of doing things, I have my ways of doing this. He has his visions, I have mine. So if I was to give a parting shot, I'll just say I love him as much as he loves me. Yes.
The surprise political ceasefire deal between Kenyatta and Odinga continues to cause jitters within the Jubilee Party.
We do not want confusion in government. We must be told what position does Raila Odinga hold in the government of the Republic of Kenya.
Mambo ya amani na umoja wa taifa letu la Kenya ni kwamba tuwe wanademokrasia. Asiyekubali kushindwa si mshindani. Kwa hivyo ukishindwa safari hii usilete fujo, ngojea kuna siku ingine. Mambo ya 10-10 lazima iendelee. Sisi Uhuru mwenyewe ndiye alisema yeye 10 alafu William 10. And that position, as far as I know, the president has not changed. Kwa hiyo hata president anakija kwenu mnamwambia support huyu 2022, hiyo maneno alimaliza kitambo. Na rais wetu sio mtoto ama si mkora ya kubadilisha lugha.
Na tumeamua ya kwamba hakuna tena tunaweza kusimamia siasa za mgawanyo wa Kenya. Na tumesema tutarudi mwanzo, mahali ambapo Kenya ilipata uhuru na Wakenya walikuwa kitu kimoja. Na tukasema tunataka kurudi hapo. Na tumesema jukumu letu kama viongozi ni kufanya kazi pamoja. Ni kusema ya kwamba serikali hata tukishindana hakuna mtu atawachwa nje. Yakobo sasa tunasema ako ndani ya serikali. Yeye ni ndani ya serikali. Na sisi tunasema na tumelaumu wale ambao wanasema ya kwamba handshake si ya ukweli. Tunawaambia wangojee waone yale ambayo yatatendeka katika taifa letu la Kenya siku zijazo.
Ukiona Uhuru Kenyatta pande hii, uone baba pande hii, ujue hasla hapo katikati. Mambo iko sawa sawa.
Mambo ya 2022 ni mambo ya Mungu. Tunaangalia ni mambo ya Mungu. Lakini tunaona dalili nyingine hapo, wewe ndio unajua. Wewe ndio unajua. Wewe ndio unajua. Wewe ndio unajua. Na mimi sitaki niulizwe. Na Mheshimiwa Ruto anasema yuko hapo katikati. Lakini 2022 wewe unajua. Wewe unajua. Wewe unajua. Wewe unajua.
Tuko pamoja. Na mimi siwezi kukubali ati kazi ya Jubilee iende Kongo. Ati kazi ya Uhuru Kenyatta ikwame. Wewe ukisimama huko mbele unakwamisha hiyo kazi, mimi nitapita na wewe. Kwa sababu hii kazi lazima.
Na tujue wakati wa kulipwa katika hiyo vazi ya 16 wale walikuja kwanza, wengine walilipwa ile na wale walikuja late walilipwa. Kwa hivyo hatujui, maybe the president's shocker will be ule anafikiria atalipwa kwanza asilipwe mara hiyo.
This is what William Ruto said in 2007 when endorsing Raila Odinga as the ODM presidential candidate. He quoted Max Lucado.
And I want to remind you of the words of a philosopher who said, a man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back to the crowd.
Call it vice presidency or deputy presidency jinx when it comes to presidential succession intrigues in Kenya. Duncan Hemba, KTN News.